Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Justin Lin here at Rehab and Revive Physical Therapy, where we're looking forward to rehabbing your mind and reviving your body. Today, I'm excited to speak about flat feet. I know some of you are on our channel looking at what you can do to improve that flat feet. So it's a very common pathology, a common issue that some of us may have inherited or developed over time. Today's goal is to educate you on why you have flat feet and how you got it, and then what you can do with 3 easy exercises at home so you can improve that flat feet. So stay tuned. So some of you think that flat feet is something that you were born with, and sure, that could be possible. But we're going to skip that hereditary function and we're going to move towards something like poor habits, like walking mechanics, and also things that are developed over time because we've made compensations and have weaknesses in our souls. And that's usually what is the issue. It's a collapsed soul, it's a collapsed arch, and it keeps sinking down as you're trying to create more surface area to propel yourself, give yourself a little bit more power. So where's the hereditary part of this equation? I think the hereditary part is that we learn to walk based on what we saw. It's a learned behavior of our parents. If they walk funny, oftentimes you walk funny. So that's something to think about. Is it a hereditary issue or is it a learned issue? Now, when you're developing and you're growing and you're getting heavier, of course, as you grow taller and wider for some, what happens is that the muscles, they're very small. There's like a little trampoline, that arch, that plantar fascia. Some of you guys may have developed plantar fasciitis over the time as it's gotten worse and worse. It's stretching and there's no basically resilience to bring that back up. So that's what we're going to look to improve. And if you're walking poorly, those poor mechanics, you're not utilizing your whole foot. And that's going to be the key to your success. So what are the common symptoms of flat feet? Flat feet, well, makes sense, right? It's descriptive. It's flat feet. You'll often see the first sign is when the arches collapse, those feet or ankle turn in. Then what happens with flat feet is there's a stretching of that plantar fascia. There's cramping that happens in your feet. Painful arches over time, burning, stiff, and achy. And sometimes you get little nerve shooting. It can feel like lightning in your feet. That's because that bone is pressing on those nerves. You got weakness in jumping and running. You've got very inflexible middle feet. So we can divide up the foot into 3. You got a forefoot, midfoot, hindfoot. So it's right in the middle where your arch is. And then at worst case, because you've been walking with flat feet and walking poorly, you develop bunions. And bunions are when that first big toe of ours starts getting pushed, and it keeps getting pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed underneath that second and third toe, and it just visually looks awkward and visually looks painful. You develop calluses on that outside. We just don't want those. So let's get rid of those and let's prevent that. So we've got 3 great exercises coming up. Okay, so we're back and ready for action. Our very first exercise of the 3 to help your flat feet is going to be ankle alphabets. Why is this important? Well, it's important to create some steady motion and really get control through the ankle, through the rest of our system. So we're going to spell with our toes curled first, pointed down is the next step, and then you can do block, cursive, under, lowercase. It's all good. Doesn't matter as long as you're consistent. You want to go through A through Z. That's the top goal. Now, if you need specifics to these exercises and the next couple exercises, we have more in-depth videos. So check those out in our description and link those if you need more clarification, because these are just a quick way of getting them all done in one video. Good. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to curl our toes. All right. And then we're going to point down. And after you've created that toe curling point down, you might get a cramp. That's okay. Work through the cramp. This is the most important part to this exercise. Now you can start smelling. You're gonna go A. Now Delta's gonna get in the way. Have a seat, Delta. Sit. So A. And you can see if I'm like jerky and stuff like that, you want to smooth it out like nice calligraphy. So A.
You're watching Disney Channel.
B. C. D. E. F. You want control. You don't want it super fast, shaky. If it's shaky, you want to redo these strokes. So we can go all the way. We got G, H, I, J, K. So you can see I swung this way really fast, but that's a weakness. You want to be able to get through that. L. And as you go through these letters, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. Ooh, V was bad. And you can see I'm starting to shake. This is really important to work this out. You gotta make it nice and easy. V, okay, W, I don't remember the rest. X, Y, Z. All right, so what we want to do is we're going to use our heel as a pressure force. We're basically not trying to thump it down or anything, but we just want to continually maintain some pressure. It's going to hurt a little bit. You're going to drive it towards the floor, and anywhere that seems hard is where you want to start. So we're going to really outline this first area first. We're going to drive that down, and what we're going to do is we could do a couple movements. I'm actually combining a couple exercises, the metatarsal break and the cuneiform exercise, which is us doing this a little bit more. Whatever seems to help. You can also even do a slalom motion, and it's going to feel like you're really getting down on the bone. It's going to feel like a good burn or a good stretch. You're going to do this actually until you don't feel pain. That's usually how that works. And the whole goal is to create a better splaying at the muscle, at the joint of the feet. And so once you get pretty good, you could shift it around on that first toe or that first ray, what we call it. That seems like no pain. So once you don't feel any pain, you can move on. Now, if I want to go to different segments, I can try pushing my heel in different lines. So you can hear sometimes things pop and snap. I can drive my foot through these different areas. And like I said, you could also even use some of this metatarsal break from a different exercise. Go all the way through. Just get things more flexible is the goal. Starting to feel a lot better. You can see even comparatively, you know, this one's not as flexible as this one. This one feels really good. All right, soon after you mobilize, it's now time to strengthen those soles and the bottom of your feet so we can create that support in the arches that we've never really had. Now, you can do it a couple ways. You can do it with a towel, which is what we're going to discuss today. But you can also do it with picking up balls or pennies or pens with your toes. And really just trying to spread, pull, and then pull. But with the towel, it's much easier. You can hit these different corners. We'll do it here. And the goal is not to pull with your leg, per se. But the goal is to really just find that ridge and really pull it closer. So spread and pull. Spread, pull. And then you want to basically make it into a ball. And so you can feel the soles of your feet working. Those intrinsics is what we're calling it. You can hit these different corners over time. And it's forcing you to use different angles. So you're going to turn your feet one way or other. Now if you get it all the way crumpled up, the hard part is then pushing it back. So try your best. You know, you're using your feet and toes like you never have before. Give that a shot. You'll feel them get burned and get tired underneath your feet. So We just created that flexibility with that nice joint mobilization. Now, there you go. Very slow. There it is. Back to sort of normal. So my soles are feeling strong, they're feeling flexible, and I'm ready to go for a little jog. So that's the important thing about these 3 exercises. We're improving our strength, improving our mobility, and then improving just little mechanics that our feet probably lost track of or they forgot about. So that's the key. Make sure these 3 exercises are safe for you. Check with your healthcare professional. At Rehab and Revive, our channel's been booming over this past year, and now we're looking to build it and grow it and educate more of the population. So please share these videos to anyone who may need it. If you've tried these exercises or you've done them before, please leave any comments. We'd love to get any feedback so we can help improve. Also, subscribe to our channel and leave a like if you like this video. I'm Dr. Lin. Remember, we heal smarter, not harder.